What's up, ladies and gents? You are listening to Miss the Bus, and this is a Miss the Bus review,
A movie review.
episode. We will be talking about White Boy Rick. Before we jump into that...
Wait. You mean the...
Yeah. If you've seen the trailer, you know that's the theme.
Oh, I'm done. I think I messed it up.
We should incorporate that music into our...
In the beginning?
The
Yeah.
intro,
I'll find it.
We should.
I'll find the man that makes it.
But then they'll hear the good version first, and then
they'll
your
hear my-
version,
my-
and it
my
won't sound as
piss-poor-
good. So
Yeah. But yeah, before we jump into that, if you like what we do, you can subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, not Spotify.
I hate Spotify.
I'm waiting for someone to comment and be like,
shut up about
Yeah.
Spotify.
I mean, it's-
No,
Because we bitch about it every time, but we need to.
whoever you are out there, you don't understand our pain.
It really is so frustrating.
Because I used to respect Spotify, and then they were just like, you know what? Miss the bus, not good enough for us.
I think some big podcasts even take forever to get on there. I think it just depends. But yeah, on social media, we are at Miss the Bus Pod on Twitter and on Instagram, and on Facebook, we are Miss the Bus. All right, so y'all ready for this?
Who am
ready
I?
for this?
Who am I?
Oh, that's right. Matt, Mary, Bailey,
Hey.
and I'm Tyler. So yeah, White Boy Rick. It was directed by Jan Demange. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
What the hell has he even done? Has he done anything?
He's a French director, so I don't. He has another movie on here, but it's not.
What's his
anything
name?
that's
White Demange? That's
Nope.
No. White Demange. Yeah, so it's starring Matthew McConaughey, Richie Merritt, Jennifer Jason Leigh. Those are just the biggest names. Bruce Dern's in there. So yeah, it's. What did y'all think of it?
I thought it was really good. I think I love when the trailers for this movie came out. I was like, "Wow, that looks fucking great." And I think some of the win was taken out of my sales when I saw like the Rotten Tomatoes scores wasn't amazing. It wasn't bad, right? I think it's sitting at what, like a 60 something.
Yeah, it's like a 63
It's
or
lower
something.
now.
Oh, it is. What's it at now? Did it hit the 50s?
I feel like it's
Did it
we
hit
said
rotten?
it was like
Does that
a
green
63.
little splat on it?
Splatter.
There's no way. This man, by the way, he also directed a movie called 71,
Yeah.
a movie called Alan and Samir, and
It's
a
at a
movie called White Boy
58.
Rick.
for me, it shows it at a 60.
Dang.
Well, if you did you Google it?
Oh no, I just went on the
okay.
Flickster app. I guess this isn't reliable.
If you well, the thing
Fuck
is, it's
you,
it could
Flickster.
be continuously changed. Okay, when I click on it, it says 60.
Okay.
So yeah.
So it's
oh,
still
so
fresh.
Flickster app's good.
Oh, I take back.
Rotten
my-
Tomatoes does
my
this thing where, like,
insulteries.
when it lists them all, they can be wrong. But if you click
Once you
on
click
it,
on it, you get-
it's-
you're good to go?
Yeah, it updates.
Yeah, so I guess that slightly took wind out of my sails, and that's on me, right? Because I shouldn't even be looking at scores if I'm going to
Sure.
be like affected by it. Angelo agrees. But still, I was really excited to see it because I love Matthew McConaughey. I think we all love Matthew McConaughey.
We do.
And I was just like, he looks great in this trailer. I want to see why he's taking his kids to get custard. And
It's a big thing in
Because
this
that's
movie.
what families do.
that's what families do. We're going to get custard. That was so bad. I'm so sorry, everybody. I thought it was still really, really good, though. I think while I was watching it, at least halfway through it, I was like, this is really fucking good. And then towards the end, some of it, because we're not in spoilers, right? Yet? We're not in spoilers yet, right?
We can wait.
Not-
sure.
not
We
yet.
can wait. Without spoiling anything, the sort of final third of this movie was just weird for me. I wouldn't say it's bad, and I wouldn't even say I don't even think it's slow or anything. I just think it's kind of like, oh man, I was expecting like something tied a little bit more together than what I got. And granted, at the end of it, I mean, even before the ending of it, you know that it's based on a true story, and they didn't take liberties, I guess, and try to change anything too drastically. So, like, that's, like, sort of a weird complaint to have, right? Because, like, I'm not complaining about real life. I can't be like, oh, I'm mad this didn't happen, though. You know what I mean? But
Right.
Yeah.
I guess part of me is just knowing that when you adapt a real-life story and make it into a movie, that a lot of times they do take those liberties and change up certain things or make things a little bit different. I was maybe hoping that they would do a better job of tying something together, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't even care if like I was like, oh wow, this is a fucking great movie, and then I went out and read the actual story and then realized like, oh, it didn't actually happen like that, but the movie did a great job of
Right.
tying it together. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I still liked it.
I agree with that. Just it's like the last 5 minutes of the movie for me. It's like exactly what you said. The way they tied it together, I was just like, this is. First of all, it seemed kind of rushed at the end.
You think
like,
so?
I
kind
knew the
Yeah.
way that it ended. I like literally when the movie started, I was like, I have a feeling of how this movie's gonna end,
Right.
because movies like this that are based on true stories, they never really end that great like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
You never
So-
get your cake.
Yeah. So the way that it ended, like, it didn't affect me too much because I figured.
What? That's
I just figured it
insane.
was gonna happen, you know.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. I didn't think it was amazing, so I kind of get like the 60 score, but I still thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a good watch for
Matthew
sure.
McConaughey was great.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was.
great.
I think all
Carrie-
the acting was really good.
I did
I
too.
think, I mean, it did move kind of slow, but I think if you take it for what it was, like, it was a very good movie with good acting.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it is like a slow burn where there's not a ton of shit going on. Like there's a lot of shots, I don't know if you noticed, where it's just like it'll just be like a close up on a character just walking or something. But I feel like that was more to just highlight Detroit and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
and
a
they
lot
did a
of
pretty
what
good job of doing
Yeah,
that.
they
I
did.
honestly expected it to be way more violent too. And
Kind of did too.
Yeah.
There was only like maybe one violent part, and
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it. Like I wasn't scared for someone at any point, really. I guess in the movie, like
I feel like there was one
it
point where
just-
I kind of was, but it kind
But
of came out of nowhere.
that could be
Yeah,
refreshing
I know
for
what you're talking about actually. So like there maybe is one part, but I guess it's just like with a movie that's about what this movie is about. I was expecting it to have way more suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I guess it could be like it could be refreshing for older people that don't like watching super violent stuff.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
true.
mean? Like
Just like a
because my
well-acted-
mom's like that. Like she'll
That's
watch
what-
violent stuff, but she would prefer not to. So a
That's
movie
what
like
I-
this she would like.
Yeah, because see, that's how I feel about this. It's like I definitely didn't think this was bad at all. I thought
No.
this was really good. And I almost think it's like wrong of me to sit there and be like, this movie didn't absolutely stun me, so I feel disappointed.
Yeah.
Because this was really just like from beginning to end like a really solid, good movie.
Yeah.
I like
But
that.
so like it does kind of suck that then in your head you're just like, man, I was waiting for that part where it was just going to be like, holy shit, this is like, you know how you leave a movie and you're like, wow, that's one of my favorite movies ever, and it's really not, but you're just like high on it.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I left this movie, I already knew like that was really good. It wasn't like incredible.
It's like one of those
I
movies.
don't have that false belief that this was my new favorite movie.
Right, like you watch it and you enjoy it when you watch it, and then I probably won't think about this movie again, like for the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I think of the movies I see this year, I'm not gonna be like, oh, White Boy Rick.
Yeah. But I feel like it was close to that for me though. It was
But,
really close
yeah,
to
I mean,
being
like,
that.
Toward the end, it's just like you're kind of waiting for it to end.
Yeah, and I
Like,
think
The
that's
beginning, I
problem.
really did like the introduction of all the characters, though. I
Yeah.
think that was really cool.
I
I,
thought-
liked the
yeah.
opening scene and everything that they did.
I thought I was gonna hate Rick, and I actually liked him.
Yeah, he was.
Besides
he was
that
extremely likable
mustache,
character.
I
Oh,
didn't like,
dang.
I didn't like that mustache at all.
I'll tell you what, though, it's so hard when you watch a movie where Matthew McConaughey's not the main character because you want to just follow him.
do.
So when they would break away from that and only follow Rick, he did really well, but I couldn't. I found
just
myself
so
being
hard.
like, I wonder what Matthew's
Yeah.
doing.
He's also
he
never
up to?
been in anything else.
Oh, really? This is his first.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't
good,
even have a.
then.
That is really good.
He doesn't.
job,
even,
kid.
He doesn't even have a Wikipedia page.
Wow,
Oh, he doesn't?
That's insane.
Was he one of the people you listed at the beginning? Do we know his name?
Yeah, Richie Merritt.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh,
Richie,
Richie.
Ricky.
Dang.
Dang.
Richie Rick, you know? Angela doesn't like that.
Do you want to
Um,
get? Do you want to get into spoilers? 'Cause
yeah.
I want to say one thing.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Do you remember the part? Okay, so now this is spoilers for all you people that haven't watched the movie. So there's, remember the part where that one guy in the club, like the main guy that they keep showing, he gets hit and he like hits him he beats him in the head or whatever.
Yeah.
The guy that gets beat in the head. That was Danny Brown, the rapper. That's who that.
Really?
Because he's from Detroit. Yeah.
Wow. No
I-
wonder his voice sounded so familiar.
Well, that was the thing. So I recognized it immediately, and he also has like he's missing a
His
tooth.
teeth?
Yeah,
Is it missing or it's like just completely chipped
It's
like
missing.
on both of them?
He's
Oh, okay.
he's missing one nowadays when he's not like in movies or doing shit. He normally wears like a fake thing to like cover it up
Oh.
to make it look right. But I guess because he was just like this crime dude in Detroit, I guess they just made him look as ridiculous as possible. So yeah, that was Danny Brown, and then one of the other guys that were a part of the main group that Rick was with was YG. Yeah, that he's a rapper too.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
see him
cool.
on this cast list too.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Which I didn't even catch YG. I realized it was him after because like I realized it was him after I looked it up. But Danny Brown, I knew immediately it was him because he has such a specific stupid voice.
Right. So okay, so what were y'all's issues then with the actual like plot of this movie, or like? So we all kind of said it fell off towards the end, or maybe in other cases it was like just during the movie we thought it was slow. So was that it? Was it just that it was moving slow?
I
Or-
feel like one of my issues was it's like so he gets mixed up in all like him and his dad are mixed up in all the gun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then he gets mixed up in the drug stuff, and the feds like force him pretty much to do that. And then he gets out of it, and then they go back in it. And that when they went back in
You
it,
just felt like it was.
I was
just-
like, why
is
are they
weird.
going back to this again? Like his dad, like I get it, they were poor, they needed money, but like.
yeah. At no point were they just like, let's both get jobs.
Right. Like they
Right.
didn't, and it was like so like his, and I get it's a movie, so you have to do things fast, but like he was literally like, they got in a car accident, and then he said, "Dad,
That's how we live.
Dad,
There's
let's
no way to
sell
live,
fucking
Dad.
crack."
I know the game.
And
I'm one of the player.
Wow, you got that really right.
And
actually.
again, just to preface this, and like we've already said, I think everybody at this table knows that this is based off a true story. So we're not saying like, no,
I mean,
we have problems with the way a real life event played out,
Right.
Yeah.
and this poor man that ended up, spoiler alert again, ended up spending what, like
30 years or 20? Is it 20?
Well, he was probably how
30.
old when he went in there?
it was 30
15.
years, I think. That,
Well, he got
or
out
had
when he
his-
was 30,
well,
right?
No.
No, he had his
No.
30th birthday in jail.
They said he's still in jail at the beginning of that. Oh, I thought he said something about today's my 30th birthday.
He did.
No,
That
it
was a
was-
phone call from jail.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because at the end, spoilers, if y'all didn't know already, but at the end, they have like a phone call, like a recording of him at the very end, and he's saying something about his 30th birthday, but that was like a
that
phone
was
call
on
from
his 30th
prison.
birthday. Okay.
Yeah.
No, he got out last year, they said, right?
Was it last year?
They said in
Yeah,
2017.
yeah, I believe so.
What's his name? Y'all keep talking.
White boy Rick.
Yeah, that's his name.
No.
I'm not saying I have a problem
Rick-
with.
Rick
Shut
something.
up. I'm not saying I have a problem with the way like his life actually happened, but I do think it was just weird to see them go like back into everything they got out.
And I mean,
of.
like movies like this, sometimes they'll kind of like bend the storyline just to make it a little bit more like flowy or interesting. So I mean, they could have maybe done that, but I guess I can't. I still can't say that. I can't say they need to change
Right.
history.
Oh no, and I also think I think it sounds like I didn't like this movie. I actually really enjoyed the movie, but I don't know. I guess at some points it just felt like there could have been more happening.
That's what I
I
was
like
saying.
wanted
yeah.
more to be happening.
There was
Right.
because I said it before. There was just moments where I was just kind of like in my head where I was like, "There's not too much going on right now," and then like the way it ended, I had assumed the whole time it was going to end that way with him going to jail in some sort of way. I was happy he wasn't like killed in prison or something.
I'll tell you what though, that scene where he's finally just like getting to chill with his fish Ed, and then his friend. Wait, what?
His parole. In 2017, he got parole.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he got released in 2017. This comes from Refine. Oh, come on. Big fucking pop up. I finally had this. This comes from refinery29.com. I don't know what that is, but it seems legit. So he got released in 2017. He was walking free, but not for long. Immediately after being released from Michigan's Oaks Correction Facility in August 2017, he was transported to a state prison in Florida to serve another sentence. Had something to do with a car theft. And now he's in
Grandpa's
jail.
car?
He didn't learn
Where's
the first
my
time. Now,
Life in prison.
yeah, that's the thing. During the filming of this movie, he was in prison. Apparently, he was still available to the actors as a resource,
Wow.
which is pretty cool. He even says, "I was no saint. I screwed up. They exaggerated how big of a kingpin I was, but I think 27 years is too long. I'm ready to get out." He said to be released from his second sentence on Christmas Day in 2020. He will be 51 years old.
but he'll be out.
He'll be out.
Wow.
I mean, I think it is kind of crazy
Until
how
he
this
steals another
like,
car.
This highlights how long of a prison sentence you can get from being a drug
Yeah, I
kingpin,
think-
but like you could murder someone and be off.
That was the
better.
really
that-
is like if we're gonna talk at all about any kind of like message that this movie had,
Yeah.
right? I think that was the really interesting
does
thing
say
that definitely
that, yeah.
hits, like that they do say that multiple times of like you're better off just killing somebody,
Right.
and obviously moral and ethically no, you're not, but from the standpoint of like this is how you treat criminals, like there's something a little bit weird about the justice system, right? That because
Well, yeah.
what was the whole thing at the end is he served the longest nonviolent
Out of
Yeah.
in Michigan.
in Michigan, like that's pretty crazy.
And it showed too, it was saying how everybody who was affiliated with what, like the people he pretty much helped put away, all got released before
Yeah,
him.
before he did.
Right.
And they were the ones that literally ran the entire thing. And he agreed to like sell them out. So, and still went to prison for it. And then also stayed longer. Like it just makes no sense.
Oh god,
how he would help.
He got so fucked.
like
up.
how he
Yeah.
would
I
help
know.
the feds and then get locked away for like life pretty much.
I
they-
know.
they
That's
used
why,
him.
like, that movie made me feel just depressed leaving because it's like it said, like, his daughter grew up, got married, has kids, and he's just been behind bars the whole time.
See, and it did for me too because, so it was a true story, right? So they weren't going to straight up lie about it, but it was like, yeah, the kid, the main character, got no justice, and I feel like even though I didn't want them to like pin anything really on Matthew McConaughey's character, it was like I feel like there needed to be some kind of closure besides just like what are you left with at the end of this movie that like you're a kid, you were trying to do good, and you get completely fucked over. There
Yeah.
wasn't any kind of even like you
Crime doesn't
broke the
pay.
law, like this is what you get. It wasn't even like a message like that. It was literally just like it was going somewhere, and then like it had to stick by the facts, right? But it was just very much like he's locked away now. It's nobody's fault. His dad feels really bad, and he's and then his dad dies while he's in prison.
Yeah.
It was just like, damn, like he got fucked over, and for what?
And
it-
like,
it shines light on the true story, and I think like there is something to be said about that. And like maybe we forget sometimes, like we're not just going to a movie for entertainment, we're going there to see something like that, and that is really cool. But that did just felt weird to me. It felt
and
really weird.
How old was he when he went to prison? 17.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure because I
17 or-
think that's like what his grandpa was yelling when they were in the courthouse, saying
Yeah,
that,
like he's a 17-year-old
you're sending
kid.
a kid to prison.
Yeah,
for
'cause
the
You've
thing.
taken a life.
Because
here,
when the movie
so-
started, he was 15, but it goes
Yeah,
over a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just the fact that like
Yeah, he was 17.
he also was so young and helped he helped them lock up all these terrible older like adults. Like I don't know. I know he's 17, but you should have. I guess that's just how the system is now. But you should have a little leeway towards kids.
Yeah,
right?
you'd think so. So again, like as a commentary on like how the Justice Department is a little bit fucked in that sense, then yeah, I think it definitely shines light on like a really important message, which is really good. I just feel like, and if it stands like that, then that's great. But I feel like what took it away from just being like stunning or like one of those movies that we'll be talking about at the end of the year when like the inevitable Oscar season rolls around, like there was just like parts of the plot and the story that just didn't, it didn't totally add up like one of those great movies
Right.
would.
Right, and not every movie is made to be an Oscar-winning movie.
Oh,
so,
for
I mean,
sure.
This definitely was just there to give us this message that we've all taken from it, rather than to entertain us.
Yeah,
like you
and
said.
it's cool too because so many movies just try to like shoehorn that whole Oscar season down your throat, right? So I think like at the end of the day, they're totally fine and happy with how this movie came out.
Yeah.
I think Matthew McConaughey probably looks at this and he's like, "Fuck, man, I know how to cry on camera and make other people start crying."
Man, I'll tell you,
He does.
Anytime he starts weeping, that's when I want to weep.
Oh yeah.
That's when I want to weep.
It was, I mean, I don't know. I like this movie a lot. I like the music a lot too. Even though they didn't have it in the movie.
All the club scenes were cool.
If you're
That
going-
would have been a part
Or,
where they could
like-
have played the club.
that or
music.
the skating rink.
Yeah, skate.
Mm.
That's
I
what
feel like
meant.
that would have been perfect.
I said
for-
club. I meant skating rings.
for that like song.
Because it was their club,
That was their club. All right, should we give this like scores? Is that what? Do we do that? Is that a thing?
We may as well.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Scores are the only way you can really know how a person feels. I think I would give this movie a 7.5.
Okay.
I'm a 7.5. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I thought it was really good, and it wasn't great, but it was a 7.5. And that is good. That's a good score.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
a 6 is a good score, and this beat that by a fucking 1.5.
I would give it a 7.
Dang, you hated it.
You know that I liked
I'm
it.
just kidding.
All right, you want to go next?
Okay. I was thinking 7 also.
Because for me,
You all
7,
hated it.
7 just means you think it's solid.
Right, yeah. I
Like-
mean, it's not gonna. This isn't my favorite movie by any
It's
means.
not?
Wow. I want to give it a 7 too, but I also kind of want to give it a 6.5.
See, I was kind of
You
thinking that
hate
too,
it.
but
I
I
was-
thought if I said 6.5,
I was
it
on
would
the
seem
cusp.
like I
Call
hate
up
it.
Matthew McConaughey.
Tell him to listen to this, Miss the Bus review, and then tell him to
Get some people shit talking you.
No,
call
I-
the kid. Actually, this is his
I
first
know.
movie.
No,
Man, we're gonna put him out. Like he's not gonna want to act anymore.
Jeez,
6'5" from Miss the Bus. Career ended.
No, I enjoyed the movie. It was a good movie.
It was really
It just
good.
wasn't like great in my opinion.
It just didn't blow those socks off those feet.
Right.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
I think the trailer was a little misleading too.
Yeah. Kinda.
It made it seem very exciting. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I guess I just expected a lot more to be happening. I already said that, but yeah.
I agree.
So that's where I'm at with 6.5.
All right, so those are our scores. That was our review for White Boy Rick. If you like what we do, you can subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and YouTube, not Spotify. And on social media, we are on Twitter and Instagram at Miss the Bus Pod, and on Facebook, we are Miss the Bus. If you
That we
search
are.
us,
you will find us.
you'll find us. So yeah, we hope you had we hope we entertained.
At least.
And if you weren't entertained, then fuck you.
And stick around,
No,
because we're
no.
going to be doing a lot of these reviews.
Yeah, and if you didn't see White Boy Rick, go see it. because
Yeah, we
Go
still
see it.
we still
Yeah.
say see it.
Good movie.
If
And then
anything,
you got
see it in
you got
theaters.
the whole thing ruined for you. Not really. We kind of spoiled some things, but
No, we missed.
how
good
did he
stuff.
get there? How did he get in prison? I don't know.
Oh,
What
I
was
don't
he
know.
caught with? Was he shaving when he got arrested?
he was. He was.
Well,
Well, that was the last thing to spoil. So
Oh
now-
well, shit.
But yeah, until next time.
Sayonara, dudes and
See ya.
dudettes.